All right, listen up, y'all.
Greetings, everybody. This is Mr. Abdullah, your host and educator with All Things Education Official. Man, look, I'm just gonna let you check this out, this video out. Houston Independent School Districts and their elimination of librarians and libraries.
When students engage in reading as an activity of choice, they are not only building that reading muscle, but they are also developing their vocabulary. They're understanding a bit about the world that exists outside of their 3-block radius.
The schools impacted are in predominantly underserved communities.
Our less fortunate students are the ones who suffer the most, primarily because many of them live in situations that are reading deserts. Okay, they simply don't have access to the reading materials. They don't have choice in the reading materials that they are given to read.
Let me start by saying this. This is crazy because you and I both know how important libraries are. I know I might have some millennials and some people that are younger than that who really don't understand how important libraries may be. You're too young, some of you, to even know about the Dewey Decimal System, but let me just give you some backstory. If it were not for the library, if it were not for me researching information, I probably wouldn't know half as much. One of my most influential instructors was one of the most racist men I've ever met, named Mr. Hall. This cat was so racist. It was amazing the type of things that teachers could get away with back in the day. But one thing I can always say about this man is that he always said, I truly believe all people can learn at the same rates. So I say he was racist, but I teeter on, was he a white supremacist? I think he was a wannabe white supremacist because he did not really think that white people were supreme, but he definitely had a bias against us. But one thing he had us do every week, he had us look up just arbitrary facts in the library. I mean, this was something that we did. We would go to the library 9 a.m. on Saturdays. And we'd be there till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Our entire Saturdays were, in our minds, wasted. But because of him, he taught us an appreciation of the information, appreciation of research. And this man, as racist as he was, I appreciate what he gave me. And one of the things he gave me was an appreciation of the library. What Houston Independent School District is doing now is they're talking about eliminating the libraries and instituting detention centers, detention rooms. I don't know what they're going to call them, but let's just be clear. They're not doing this in every single area of Houston. They're only doing this in the urban schools. And we know that urban is nothing but a catchphrase for black. Let's just be clear. Now, when you start talking about Texas, now you start talking about Black and Latino, but let's be clear, those Latinos, they are the browns and the blacks. I don't like to say black and brown because it conflates the two and makes it seem like we have the same struggle, which we actually don't. But we know that it's a red state. We know that Texas has a high level of Republican voters. We have a high level of conservative thought. So we know that these people, they're not really rocking with us. And I get it. That's okay. I like my racism on a platter. Let me know exactly how you feel. Don't hide it like Democrats do. Be the Republican, be the racist Republican. Let me know what you want to do. But if you're going to start taking libraries out of schools because you want to put in detention facilities, detention centers, let's make that across the board. Let's have some equity. Let's have some equality. We need to know that, because you're not going to tell me that only in urban districts are these things needed. I've worked in urban districts. I know they may be needed in certain areas. I get it, but don't eliminate the libraries. Don't eliminate the librarians. These are vital resources for our youth. Tell me when and where, if you're over the age of 40, you didn't rely, or when you never relied on the library. Even if it was to go there and utilize the computers. We know that everyone goes to the computers nowadays and they get their information. I understand that. But just to touch a real book, to go there, find that book in peace and quiet and read, to do your writing, that area itself is just a place of peace. So in an urban area where those areas may be scarce in supply, it may be a desert. You're talking about a place of peace desert. These things are needed. And to take them out of those neighborhoods, take them out of those communities, speaks volumes, not just for the school system, but for the community that would support it. Once again, this is Mr. Abdullah with All Things Education Official. If you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and share. Please, once again, like, subscribe, and share. If you don't like it, that's okay too. like, subscribe, and share. Give it to somebody. Give them this information. Let them know what's going on in our country with education, because this is something that we all need. Once again, All Things Education Official, you are dismissed.